it's me, Chris Kelly. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Rochester Hills, Michigan. And it's been a while since I've been here. I have been on vacation for the past 2 weeks, which is a really long vacation for me. But I had a wonderful time. I got to spend some time in the sunshine. I spent a few days with my brother and sister-in-law in Boynton Beach. That's where they are in Florida. And then my sister-in-law and I went on the incentive trip. She's also a demonstrator in our group, our little home team, as I like to call us. And so we enjoyed a week in Mexico. And then we came back to her house, and I spent another couple days there. So I am now home and trying to get caught up, right? So it looks like I am in the right spot. I have a couple things I want to share with you before we jump into our projects. One of them is an upcoming class that I have, and it is with the Hearts and Hugs stamp set. So it's with this stamp set or bundle. It has these great coordinating dies with it. This is something when I cut out extras, I like to just put them on my glue dots and keep them right in my case so that I have them when I get ready to create with this case. Now this is a red rubber stamp set, and it has all these really cool little critters in it. I've been sharing some samples on my website or my Facebook page, and I got to see lots of swap samples when I was in Mexico, so I did share some of those. And this one is like a little slider card. It is so cute. And if you haven't used a slider card, it comes up, this piece just slides it and opens up like that. It is super fun. And this is not one of the cards we're going to be making in class, but it's just a sample with this stamp set that I wanted to share with you. And another sample is this one. And this is some of our new DSP that's in the new catalog. And just beautiful. I think this stamp set, it was one of my favorites. It was the first one that I ordered from our pre-order when we could pre-order. So this class is going to be on the 17th of this month. It's a Friday. You can come from 10 to 2, or you can come from 6 to 8, or you can order your class to go. This is my monthly free with a purchase class, which means the class is free when you place a minimum $25 order at class. And if you want to just pay for the class, it is $15 when you RSVP. If your class is going to be mailed to you, it is a $32 order, which will cover your cost of mailing, or $22 just for the class. Today is your last day to RSVP for that. And I did do, I don't know how many of you have been able to delve into the new catalog yet, but one of my favorite suites in there is the Country Woods suite. It's a super suite, so it has 2 different stamp sets in it, or stamp bundles in it. And then it has 2 packs of designer series paper, and just, it's one of my favorite suites in the catalog. So here are some samples that I made with that. One of the stamp sets is called Country Florals, and the other one is Country Birdhouses. So this one was made with the Country Florals, and it opens like this. I think that is kind of a must-have. There's a new embossing folder that goes along with it. And then this one, this is kind of that boho blue that gives it that denim look, which I think is so pretty. You guys that know me know I love to color, and so coloring these was just a really fun opportunity for me. I love the little hole in the birdhouse there, and the flowers are got a little pop up there. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. And the little flowers and leaves, so, so pretty. That birdhouse is just absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? And I love that new copper accessories. So pretty. So I just wanted to share those with you before we get started. And of course, if you have a wish list in that catalog like I do, it's a huge wish list. And Stampin' Up! Is having a special right now where you can get the new In Colors as part of your starter kit for absolutely free. So we have 5 new In Colors, and let's see if I can get them up here. They are going to be Peach Pie. I think I got it where you can see it. Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Shy Shamrock, and Summer Splash. These are just gorgeous colors, and I love the way they coordinate with each other. And right now, when you join Stampin' Up! Or purchase the starter kit is $99, and you get to pick $125 worth of merchandise. So you get to pick anything out of the current catalog and or the online exclusives that total $125. Your kit will ship for free, which is a huge savings because our shipping is 11%. And you also will get some business materials. So you get a whole box of those gorgeous catalogs. And then you get to add on the new In Colors. So you get a 5-pack of ink pads. So you're going to get a classic ink pad in each of these 5 colors. You're going to get a set of 5 markers. And you're also going to get a pack of cardstock, and you're going to get, like, I think there's 4 pieces of each of the 5 colors in the pack of cardstock. And then you're also going to get this pack of 6x6 designer series paper. This paper pack has 40 pieces of paper in it, so you're going to get 4 pieces of all of these colors. Aren't they gorgeous? So you have 5 colors, and you're going to get 40 sheets of paper. So you're going to get, gosh, my math in my head is not working at all, so I'm not even going to guess, but all of these colors, they're so pretty. This is the Peach Pie, Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, Pretty in Pink, and Petunia Pop. And then on the back side, that's what they look like. So this is a great deal. Like I said, it is $84 worth of a product for free, in addition to the $125 that you get to pick. So it's over $200 for a $99 fee. And again, the free shipping. So I do have a link on my blog and on my website for that. And if you have any questions, there is absolutely no requirement that you stay for a certain period of time, that you place a certain order amount. Of course, if you decide you want to stay, you get to have enjoy all of the great demonstrator benefits. Become part of our Rubber Room Rambler team, which is my favorite team, of course. Hi, Cindy. Good morning. I love all of the ladies on our team, and we have so much fun. It's just a wonderful community to be a part of. And so if you have any questions about joining, we would love to have you on our team, and I'm happy to answer those questions for you. So today we're going to share one of our classes called the Garden Meadow class. The Garden Meadow is a suite that is available in our online exclusive offerings, and it is a bundle. So you get the stamp set, and you get the beautiful dies that coordinate with it. This one has a lot of dies to it. So lots of fun here, and it is a clear mount photopolymer stamp set. And the paper that comes with it is absolutely beautiful. This was one of the classes that we did, and so I'm just going to share with you. It's already all packaged, which I absolutely love. When you take a class from me, it will come like this. So these are all of the materials you need for the Meandering Meadows Suite class. It's labeled up here, and you take them out like this. So you're going to have your card base, and everything you need for that card is right on top of that card base. I've done a couple of things ahead of time just to make your class go a little bit faster. And if you ordered your class online, this is how your packet comes also. So you can see your designer series paper is already cut, and your this is Azure Afternoon, and you have your pieces cut that are going to layer on there. Actually, I think this one goes inside. This one we're going to put our boots in. Now this is an organdy silver bordered ribbon, and I have used my pumpkin pie blends to color it. So you can see it's not really white anymore. It has that really slight kind of pumpkin-y orange cast to it. And then I have also done my die cut. Okay, so this piece of paper is 8.5 by 5.5. The 8.5-inch side is scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to fold it on my score line and burnish it. And this piece, as I said, is going to go inside. And I have a little pair of rain boots that I'm going to stamp on this little blue piece here. I'm going to use some Memento black ink. Just going to ink that up and stamp it on that little scrap piece of paper. And if you remember, I said this stamp set comes with the coordinating dies. So there are some little dies here that will cut those little boots right out. I'm going to bring in my little handy dandy baby Stampin' Up machine. Mine needs a little bit of a bath here, I think. So it closes up. It's very, very lightweight, easy to travel with. And you just pop it open on both sides. Okay, and our little sandwich, if you will, to cut our boots is going to be our number 1 plate. And you can see on the number 1 plate that you have some sandwich markers, so you know how to layer them up. So the thing with the mini machine is your plates have to be staggered. So I'm going to put my 1 out here and then bring my number 2 plate kind of in just a little bit. I'm going to put my boots on there, and I'm going to put my die right on top of it. I'm going to grab a little Post-it note to hold that die right in place there, because I don't want it to move when I put it in my machine. Now, if you don't have a machine, that is not a problem. You can always fussy cut this image out. Okay, and I put my top on there and beveled it also. And then I'm just going to put the whole stack right into my machine. I'm going to add my hand on the top just so it gives it a little bit more stability as it goes through the machine. And we're off. And I'm going to put my little Post-it note right on top of my machine so I can use it again a little later. And I also have this little bookend here that I put a magnetic sheet on it, and it just holds my dies so that when I have a class I can put this right out and my dies will be right there for everybody to be able to easily find them so that they can use them. Okay, Excuse me. I got a little bit of a cough while I was on vacation. The air conditioning sometimes doesn't play nicely with me, so I did come home with a bit of a cough, but nothing I was in bed with or anything like that. So, all right. I, of course, cannot find my adhesive, but I'm just going to put a little bit of green glue on the back of my boots. Green glue is actually called Tombow Multi-Purpose Liquid Glue. Not my favorite adhesive, but it is the favorite of a lot of my customers. So whatever your favorite adhesive is, that's one you want to reach for. Crafting is supposed to be really relaxing. And if you're not using products that you like, it's not relaxing. So find the products, the adhesive products that work best for you and use those. You don't always have to follow me. What works for me may not be easiest for you, but I will say all of these Stampin' Up! Products are easy to work with. Okay, so I have my inside of my card done. And the outside of it, I am going to put, this is my card base. Here's my little die cut piece. And I'm going to stamp on there, every day is a fresh start. I have been on a journey lately. In February, I got really sick. And so I've been on a journey lately and paying more attention to myself, the way I treat myself, the things I eat, the exercise, all of that kind of stuff. And so it, kind of a self-care sort of journey. And, oh my gosh, my tape was right there. My adhesive was right there. So these kinds of things are like, okay, every day's a fresh start. We're not going to beat ourselves up for what happened yesterday. We're going to put on our big girl panties and move into the new day. So I've been doing a lot of kind of soul searching, and these sentiments really speak to me. So let's see if I can figure out how my paper goes together, because it does go together. I'm kind of particular about that, so that everybody who got one of these kits can put their paper together so it looks nice. Okay. So Stampin' Up! You guys, has the most gorgeous designer series paper ever. And I don't know about you, but when I look at this scene right here, it doesn't need a whole lot of work. I don't have to do a lot to make a gorgeous card. I do too, Cindy. Our paper is amazing, and this is one of my favorite packs. You just don't have to work hard. It's just beautiful and serene and gorgeous. So all of my papers are lined up. I just said my adhesive was right here, and now I haven't gotten this is just the way it goes for me some days, you guys. But I am happy to be here and happy to be crafting, so it's all good. This is Stamp and Seal Plus, and I normally use it for projects that really need to be a strong adhesive. So anything that would be a 3D project, I would use it on. So I'm just going to bring in my little piece of, I think this is Blueberry Bushel. I told you it was Azure Afternoon, but I think it's Blueberry Bushel. And I'm just going to center that piece on there, but not really push it down just yet, because I do want to make sure I get them all lined up. I have space for everything on there. And again, my paper pattern is lined up, because it's easy for me to flip that paper and get it all messed up while I am putting adhesive on it. So there, I'm going to put that one down. And I'm just going to scooch this one over just a tad to get it right in the middle there. So I'm just going to scoosh it so it is in the middle of these two. And you get kind of a really cool textured look to it by doing that. And then I'm going to bring in my 2 pieces of ribbon that I've colored, and I'm going to wrap one right around here and adhere it to the back. And for this one, I actually am going to use some of my stronger adhesive. And again, this is my Stampin' Seal Plus. And I'm going to be putting my other ribbon under it and tying a bow around it. So it's going to get a little bit of action, if you will, and I want to be sure it stays nice and tight on the bottom. In fact, I think I'm going to move it up just a little bit because my sentiment is a little bit longer. So I think I kind of want it like about that bottom third. Yeah, I think that will work. I think that will work much better. So let's get this off here. Make sure that's on there nice and straight. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in some of our foam adhesive strips. Just like our glues, we have about 3 or 4 different kinds of dimensionals, if you will. We have these foam strips that are long strips, and I like to use them for big pieces like these. Let me get my snips here, and I just peel off one strip and use it. Now, these pieces are also, I'm just going to stick that one kind of right in the middle. As you can see, they're just long strips on this sheet. So they kind of, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch wide. And they're just really good for holding square pieces or long pieces. And then, of course, we have our regular dimensionals, mini dimensionals, black dimensionals. And we have squares. So we have lots of different options. The squares are especially nice if you want to do die cuts with them. I'm going to kind of lift this one up and put it right in the middle. There we go. And then I'm going to put this right on the front of our card. This also looks really cool if you emboss it. So if you embossed it and you added some kind of texture to it, that would be really cool too. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of here, and I'm just going to continue to use this piece because the foam adhesive strips, because they are out. So that's what I'm going to use. And you can use the regular dimensionals if you want. You can use dimensional sheets. Again, it is totally your personal preference as to what you want to do. I'm going to put this over here. And I am going to this little ribbon gets a little bit stiff when you color it. So I'm just going to put it on top of my snips, put my thumb over it, and just gently pull it through there. And that's going to make it just a little bit softer and easier for me to tie my bow with. Just going to tie it in kind of like a half a knot there. And I normally would do bunny ears, but I don't think I've left enough ribbon to do that with, so let's try a regular bow. There we go. I'm just going to keep pulling on it until I get it the perfect size, right? That's what we want. And I think that's it. So I'm just going to trim these ends up. And that is our first card. If you ordered this class to go and want to grab your kits, we're going to do all 3 cards today. So you can make them right along with us. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? I just love it. Okay, so let's see which one is next. Again, we're going to grab our piece of cardstock, and that's going to be everything we need for our next card. And this one has a little bit of a fun fold to it. So we have our, this is fresh freesia, I believe. Yep, a fresh freesia. So it's 8.5 by 5.5. And the 8.5 side is scored at 4 1/4. And we're just going to fold and burnish on that score line. And then it is scored again at 2 1/8. And we're going to fold that back. Okay, so this is kind of like a Z-fold card, right? And then I have a piece of fresh freesia cardstock that we're just going to place right on top of there. Okay, so I'm going to take this 2 1/8 inch piece here, and I'm going to add my adhesive to it. I'm not going to add my adhesive to the big piece because I don't want to tape it all down. I just want to tape this little 2 1/8 inch piece down. So I'm going to put just line my cardstock right up with the edge of the paper there. And give it a press down. So this is going to be kind of a little fun fold card. Isn't it cute? I love it. So on the inside of our card, we are going to have this small piece of paper. And it's going to, again, coordinate with the bigger piece. And you can see this piece is cut 1/8 of an inch bigger. Okay, so it's going to line up just like this. So this piece is going to be the front of our card. This piece is going to be the inside of our card. So we're going to put some adhesive on there. And there it is. And again, use any kind of adhesive that you want. And I am going to put my white piece down first. There we go. I'm just going to kind of line that up, right? So it has that little 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch all the way around. There we go. And I'm going to line this one up so it butts up right next to it. Okay, so that is the inside of my card. Now on the outside, we're going to be able to, at the end, open up your card so you can see these 2 pieces are just going to go right together. Okay, so I am going to put this piece of Designer Series paper on top of my lemon lolly. And I'm just going to add little bits in the corner because, again, this is my Stamp and Seal Plus. So it's a little stronger than I really need to use. And you can see we are just doing the very minimum amount we can to this paper because it is just so gorgeous. It really needs very little help. That one didn't really go all the way to the corner there. So I'm going to fold my card front down. That one right in the center there. I'm going to take some fresh freesia. going to take some Highland Heather. And this whole card has been Highland Heather and not Fresh Freesia. But we're going to get to the Fresh Freesia on the next card. So I'm going to do my Thinking of You right on here. I do a lot of Thinking of You and thank you cards. It's always nice to acknowledge the people in your life that are doing things and helping you out on your journey. And everybody always likes to know that you're thinking of them and appreciating them. So I end up doing lots of thank yous and thinking of yous. So I'm going to take my twine. And again, my twine's a little bouncier than I like. You can do this with your scissors, your bone folder, or whatever. You just want to lightly pull it through there so that you're going to get it nice and straight. And it's much easier to work with when you do that. And I'm going to just take a little bit of, I'm going to stick with this. So I just took a little bit of my Stampin' Steel and put it right there. Now you can tie this in a bow if you want. I think it's just as easy to loop it and stick the middle down in your adhesive. But if you wanted to tie a bow, that's perfectly fine also. You just want to make sure that it's going to go on the top. It's big enough to go on the top and bottom of your sentiment. So you want it to show on both edges. And I think this is going to work. I kind of wanted that to go this way. Okay, and then that's going to sit right on top of it there. And this loop I think is a little bit bigger than I would like it. So I am just going to pull that up a little bit there. And make it a little bit smaller as we're going in. And let's see. Oh, I like that much better. Okay. So that's a better size for me. And we'll just kind of pull it down through here. And back up. Quite frankly, I am surprised. I have not forgotten more things after being gone for so long. And of course, I had to dig my laptop out of my carry-on bag. And lots of things weren't where they usually are, but it was fairly easy to get my baskets together and get ready. So I'm just going to use these Stampin' sheets again. And let's peel off the back of these. And these do work just like our dimensionals. They're sticky on both sides, so you just kind of there we go. And I think sometimes too with this gorgeous paper that it's really important to do the inside of your card, so it just kind of brings it all together. Isn't it gorgeous? And then when you open it, you can see they just kind of layer one on top. It's so pretty, isn't it, you guys? I just love it. So there we go with we have the Thinking of You, and we have Every Day is a Fresh Start. So let's do just a happy birthday one. And this is going to be the last one in our little, I'm just kind of cleaning up a minute here. There we go. I get things all over and then I can't find what I need. So this is going to be the last card in our little grouping here. And we are going to start off with some Night of Navy ink. And I'm going to stamp my little happy birthday. we have these two little dragonflies. I don't know if you guys have seen these dragonflies. They're dragonflies and birds, and they are amazing. Okay, let's get all of our pieces over here. This is the one we're going to stamp our sentiment on. And I'm just going to give it a little tap with these photopolymers. It's really easy to see your work done on there straight. And you've got the whole thing inked at the same time. There we go. All right, so that is it for our stamping. Okay. Move that one over here. And again, we have an 8.5 by 11 piece of, this is actually fresh freesia this time. And we've scored the 8.5 side at 4 1/4. And we're just going to fold and burnish on that. Now, we have a piece of fresh freesia that has been cut using the die in the stamp set, and then I embossed it using the brick, weathered brick, I think it is, embossing folder. So we're going to use that on top of here. And then again, we have 3 pieces of that gorgeous designer series paper. So let's see if I can figure out how it goes. Sometimes that's the hardest part, is figuring out how that, there we go. It goes just like that. Okay, so I am going to line these pieces up, and let me see if I have a little pencil here. My little kitty basket, I have tons of ink pens and no pencils. Let me just grab one real quick here. Okay. So I want to make sure that my designer series paper is going to cover this entire opening. So I'm just going to make a little mark at the top and on both sides and the bottom. Okay, so I just have these little pencil marks, and what I want to do is make sure that my designer series paper goes over them. Okay, so, and you could actually use this side. What do you guys think? I still like this one better. This one is really pretty though. Why not? Let's use this side. We've already used this side on the other one, so we'll have 2 different ones. So it's really sad when that's the most difficult choice you have to make, is which side of the designer series paper do I want to use, right? So I'm going to kind of start with this middle one, and I want to make sure it goes to my top mark and my bottom mark, and it's kind of in the center, and I can see how that one is not straight at all. And you can leave as much room or as little room between these pieces as you want. Did I get that on there right? I think I did. Okay. And they're all covering my pencil marks. And I think that looks good. Oh! Don't do that. Do what I say, not what I do. Okay. And get it straight. This piece is giving me a little bit of a headache here. Okay. There we go. Did I not put tape? Oh, I did. Okay. That's perfect. Okay. There. How about that? Do you guys like that? I think I do. I think it's so pretty. It's darker than our other one, but that's okay. So again, I'm going to pop this up in dimensionals. Our little adhesive strip. And you want to be sure you get this pushed down really good, because once you get this embossed, it's really important that you get sticky inside all of those little nooks and crannies in there. Yeah, and add that little one. Boy, it's like almost perfect there. There we go. All that, so I didn't have to cut another one, and I think, no, it's down. I got it in all those nooks and crannies, didn't I? And we're going to do one more up here. I hope you guys all have something fun planned for Mother's Day this weekend, where actually my son's going to be cooking. So they invited us for brunch, he and his wife, so that would be very nice not to have to cook. Last night we went to see Neil Tyson deGraff. Was an astrophysicist, and that was really quite an interesting evening. So I have lots planned now that I am home. I, of course, have my upcoming Hearts and Hugs class. And then I also have my new catalog open house is at the end of the month. I did an incentive for our team. So we have a bingo coming up. I just have lots going on this month. I actually picked up some little things in Mexico for our bingo, so that's going to be fun. A little bit of Mexico home with us to celebrate with. Then I'm just going to add some adhesive on the back. Oh, my adhesive is like sticking everywhere but to the paper. So I'm just going to add it onto this back piece. Well, there we go. Not sure what is happening here there. All right. Okay, so we're just going to bring in some glue. And we'll use this glue on there just because you should use an adhesive that you like, and that one stopped working and I'm not messing around with that. Okay, so we're going to put this right on the center front of our card. Isn't it gorgeous, you guys? I don't know which paper I like it better, but I'm going to add these two. I think I'll wait until I do my little wrap around here. So what I'm going to do is hold enough twine out for a bow. I'm going to wrap it around there twice. Yeah, maybe I'll just wrap it once. There we go. There. So I've got my twine wrapped around there. And I'm just going to tie it in a bow. And I actually am going to bring it under there. There we go. So it kind of stays. I'm going to move this out of the way. And then just tie my bow here. I probably did leave enough for bunny ears, but we'll this one I want just a little smaller there. And let's move it up to the top. We want it at the top instead of on that side there. I think that will work. So I'm just going to trim this side off just a bit there. And put a dimensional piece in the back of it. And I'm going to put that right in the middle of it. Because this, whoops, there we go. And this piece I want to come right over the edge that's already up on a dimensional. So we don't need that extra one there. Okay. So I'm just going to put that right in there, like that. Get it nice and straight. And I'm going to trim off this twine over here. And bring my little dragonflies in. And put them on there. Okay. So you guys, what do you think? Which side of that paper do you like better? You can't go wrong with either side. They are both amazingly gorgeous, right? Okay, thanks so much for joining me, you guys. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be back later this week with more classes for you. Thanks.